Somebody asked me yesterday how to specifically take down and pack your Panda Air Large Inflatable Tent from RBM Outdoors. So that is exactly what we're going to do right here, right now. This is a 10 by 13 inflatable tent. You can see my other videos if you want all the information on it that you can handle. And if you like what you see, you can even get a discount on one right now following the link in the comments below. Let's get started. So this is the bag it comes in, and this is the bag we're going to put it back in. You can see this is an absolutely enormous bag. It is heavy duty. It is meant to store and carry these tents. Deflating and putting away these tents is so easy. Just as I've shown when we inflate it, we have a nozzle right here. We have another one at the back corner of the tent. The first thing we're going to do is unscrew this nozzle to let the air out. Now when this releases, you can hear the air coming out of there slowly, but when this releases, it's going to be a blast of air. Watch this. Now you can immediately see the tent fall, and it just starts to fall inwards on itself. We also need to undo the nozzle on the back corner. So we're just going to come back here and unscrew that just the same. And of course, this one's not going to blast like that because the majority of the air is already out. If that blast of air scares you, you can just open those nozzles slowly and let the air come out slowly. That's just going to take a lot longer, but that's completely up to you. So you can see we've got the tent almost completely deflated here. You can see that it's kind of just fallen all over the place. The next thing you want to do is walk around and kind of organize those tubes. You basically just want to straighten them up and make them much easier to push the rest of the air out and fold the tent. I like to pull the walls in and put the points towards each other in the middle of the tent. Just kind of fold it up into a nice rectangle. Make sure that any of your guy lines, extra fabric, the tension straps, those are all thrown inwards so that we're folding this up on those. You can see we've got everything pushed inwards here. It's just a nice rectangle. And like I said, as we fold this, any extra fabric, the guy lines, the tension straps, put those inwards. That way they fold up inside the tent bundle. Now we're about to fold this up, but remember there is still some air in those tubes. So we're going to fold this in a way that pushes the air towards those nozzles and out. Now looking head on at this tent, remember our nozzles are on the left side. The first thing we're going to do is fold this tent from back to front. Now the reason for that is because the bottom of the tent might be dirty, the bottom of your shoes might be dirty, and we need to walk on this tent to push the air out. Folding it over like this completely covers the fabric of the tent and only shows you the bottom of the tent, so you're free to walk on there without putting any foot marks on the fabric. This is especially important if you're camping in rain, sleet, snow, dirt. So remembering that our air nozzles are on the left side, we're just going to start from the right and walk our way over. This will press a lot of the air out of the tubes and out of the tent. Now we're going to fold both sides right into the middle, starting with the right, walk it out, then we're going to go to the left, fold it over, and walk it out. And again, all we have exposed here is the bottom of the tent, so that's what you're walking on. You're not leaving any marks or mud or footprints on the actual fabric. Next, we're going to fold this over one more time. I'm just going to go right to left. And this is what we've got so far. It looks like a big green burrito laying there. We've kept it symmetrical as we fold, so it's only about 2.5 feet wide. Next thing we're going to do is roll it from this end all the way up to the front. So we're going to grab our tension straps that we took off when we unrolled the tent, set them there so they're ready. We'll go ahead and bring the bag over as well, just so everything's in the same vicinity here. You want to have those tension straps within arm's reach once you get this thing rolled up because you don't want to get off and let more air come in. In fact, we're just going to put one at each side, and then we're going to proceed to roll up the tent from the back to the front. Remember, you're still working towards where the nozzles are, and now they are in the front of the tent. With each fold, you want to push this thing down, sit on it, kneel on it, anything you can do to push out as much air as you possibly can. And you're going to do that with every fold you do along the whole tent. You want this tent to be the tightest package it can possibly be because it is much easier to carry a brick than a bag of water. And there you can see we've got a nice tight little bundle. We've got both tension straps wrapped around as tight as we can. And I say as tight as we can, but remember, these clips are still plastic, so they still can break if you get crazy. But you can see how tightly that is rolled up right there. And I'll be honest, it takes a little bit of effort, and it takes a few times of doing this before you become a pro. I'm not a pro. You just have to remember those folds like I told you, and you'll get this thing easily packed up. Now we're gonna put it in the bag. So we're gonna take the bag, open it up, and we are gonna put the bag upside down over top the tent. We are not gonna try to lift this bundle and put it inside the bag. Work smart, not hard. You can see as we get this bag over top of the tent, we can pull it down and then roll the tent right into it. We got it in the bag now, and that was much easier than lifting that heavy thing up and trying to place it in the bag. Save your back. So if we come up here, you can see our tent is inside the bag. Nice tight little package in there. Close that top. We're gonna tuck that flap in, use our rope here to cinch the top closed, and then we have 2 more tension straps on the bag itself. We're just gonna connect those, pull those tight, and there you go. Your tent is packed. Nice tight little package, looks awesome sitting there with the RBM Outdoors logo right on the front. And following that procedure, that is about as tight as you are gonna get that thing packed.